Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Draft to Glory series where are we making any money? I don't know. Well, we are, yeah, we packed loads of stuff. We're up to 545,000 coins, which is pretty insane. We sold the info for 13k, we sold him for 1350, and Amavi for 700. That as well. The rest of the stuff doesn't really sell, but we'll relist it anyway and try and get the coins. So, with that, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you do hit the subscription button, hit the bell button as well so you never miss an upload. And guys, feel free to leave a like rating. Now, this is going to be the first draft where we play on the new patch. So we're going to play it before, but then open for the new team of the week on the Wednesday night, and you guys will see this Thursday morning and see what we're going to get. Now, formation, we have got the 3-5-2. We've got the 4-1-2-1-2 wide with a lot of links in there. I'm not 100% which way to go in terms of formation. I did actually say that I would love to have that one, but I don't think I do now. I'm thinking about it. So I'm torn between the 3-5-2 and the 4-2-3-1 wide. I'm going to go to 3 at the back, guys. I'm going to go 3 at the back today and see what we can build. So hopefully something nice. Aguero, Bale, Aguero Premier League. Muller will go in the cam spot. It might be alright if we can get Renato Sanchez and stuff. I think I'd be stupid to take Muller over the likes of Bale or Aguero though. And if I wanted to take Aguero, it would be his Champions League card. So I'm gonna go Gareth Bale, and then hopefully we can maybe get Aguero's Champions League version. We still haven't got one actively starting in the team as of yet. Potentially we could. For this, I've got a choice of 2 German players and La Liga. And the striker I'm going to go with is probably for chemistry. And maybe even to try and hybrid it up. It will be Gamero, I think. Gamero or William Jose. I'll go Gamero. French is usually easier to link with. Striker next to him. Jamie Vardy. Ruben Castro, but I don't think he's in the same league he is, and Toko Kamba. Let's go with them. This strike force doesn't look the best, does it? Let's hope we can get some bigger players. In the cam position we get Banega, we get Royce as well. Banega, no strong links. I can't turn down Marco Royce, so I'm going to go with him. And then in the left wing, we get one. We get some insane cards there, but Perisic. I am going to go with that. Obviously, Tello would be a good shout, guys, but I'm going to go with Perisic. I don't know how in the how we're going to be able to get him, but we might be able to get him in the team somehow. Actually, that's a win. Oh, no, it's not. Iborra, Hendo, Camacho. I'll go with Camacho being Spanish. And literally because I don't want to go like the full route, this is where we left a little bit screwed up. Casemiro will be my choice on this one, just because of a strong link to Bale. And now we need to try and figure out what's going to happen with the defence. So we've got Marcano and Varane as well. I'll take Varane for the right hand side and swap them 2 over. Now, preferably if I can, and go with him on the outside. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll swap them 2 over. Takes us to 66 chem. And the links are done. Apart from the one link actually to Casemiro, we're looking alright. And we could actually, oof. Godin. Albiol. Koulibaly. I'll go with the 98 Godin. I'll swap them 2 over. Then hopefully get something in there. Courtois. We never had a good goalkeeper yesterday. We actually don't get anything that good now. Adan. Obviously Consigna would give me a strong link. But the chemistry is better with Adan. So I'll go with Adan. Swap them 2 over, takes us to 80. So we'll stick with it like that. And literally, it's looking like I have to take... I'm going to have to aim to take out the players I wanted to get in. So defence. Hernandez, Tagliafico. That reminds me, I need to pick one of them on my main account. But I'll go with Hernandez for now. I've played him at the back before. He did alright. We get the silver players. We'll go with the icon Ashley Cole. Midfield. Which way are you going to send us now? Bernard, Goetze, Inui. Goetze's a perfect link. Isn't it? But it still won't cover the amount of links that I need. But it might be a good shout. We've got a left mid. We've got Hernandez, we need to play him. So I'll go with Goetze. Takes us to 85 chem. And maybe try and take him out. I don't know. Martial. French. We could get him in. If we can get, we could actually get him in actually and do pretty nice with it. So swap them two over, take him out, and then put in Hernandez there. That takes us to 90 chem. Still a little bit of a way off. It's the strong links in the strikers I'm missing. Let's see if we can get a better goalkeeper. We haven't. We've got Farman, Berkey, Guetta. We'll go with Sirigu. In case I decide to go back to the Serie A. Asensio and Aspas. Mane. Do I take Asensio? Yeah, I might take Asensio. Let's go with Asensio, left wing. And then swap them two over. Who doesn't get chemistry there? It's Casemiro, isn't it? It's Casemiro not getting the chem. Damn, I've messed it up. I've messed it up going for what I wanted. Felipe Anderson, Brazilian. Crisquito, Gomez. No, Gomez would mess everything up there, I think. So I will. Yeah, I'll go with Felipe Anderson. 5 more picks. Willian, Roberto, Lichtsteiner, Kyle Walker, Willian the Brazilian. Wouldn't come in and help. Sergio Roberto. Sergio Roberto. He might help actually. He might be better than the other guy we had at defence, which is Hernandez. So we put him there. Yeah, that takes us 92 chem. And the problem arises now, literally with the cams and stuff and the attackers, and it's going for that Royce. Going for that Royce and trying to bring him in. That's the one which has screwed me. So we'll go with the informed Wesley. We've had the silver pick up until this point. We've got 8 chemistry to grab from somewhere. And Adaris could be one we would bring in. And Bobby Firmino, Brazilian. He wouldn't help it. He would be a good player to get, but I think Adaris might be a good shout here. Rather than him maybe. He would help us with chemistry, wouldn't he? Swapping them to over 95 chem. So 5 chem off now. Am I going to be able to get it? Probably not. Raheem Sterling, Della Bella, Bertrand. We're not getting the chemistry, guys, unless it's going to be given by the manager. But we have got a few of the nice cards. I actually might be able to get Camacho in the team. And I don't know if I had another cam. I could put someone in there for chemistry. That would take it up, wouldn't it? 95, still 95. Yeah. Didn't help, but I think I'd rather have Goetze there. So unless we can get something good here, because what was Royce at? Royce wasn't on, he's on 4 chem there. What would he be with Goetze there? What was he at then? He's at 7, he's on 6. Right, so not the worst, but we've got some decent players to swap around with the team, which I am liking the look of actually. Perisic, Sterling, and the final player, left wing, right back, and goalkeeper, Juanwi. Could take him. I don't think it would help, but there's not really anyone else to choose from there, so I'll go with him. I didn't have any other centre backs, did we? So we go with him there, and then him there. What does that take us to? Takes us to 96. There's only 1 chem better. And it's because of that centre-back which is causing a little bit of an issue. So we'll stick with it as it was, guys. We'll keep Marco Royce on the field of play and Goetze in there as well, as that gives us 95. We just need to get 5 chemistry from somewhere, and we can get it on La Liga players. Yeah, I think. La Liga. Let's try and do it. La Liga manager. Oh, it always happens when I need the chemistry. I never get it. We get the French chem, 96. Which is... I could swap with... no, because I know I'll be dropping it there. We've got German chem, which takes us 97. 97 again. And then 0. So 97 chem is going to be what we'll go for, guys. Fune, or that guy, comes on him. And gives us 97 chem. But not a bad team. Obviously, the strikers I'm not a fan of. The midfielders are alright. I reckon we can do alright with it, guys. 3 at the back, 182 rated draft. And let's see if we can go back to winning ways with the draft today. 41 entries. Let's try and take it to 24 wins now. So, guys, moving on into the first game. This is the new patch as well, where a few things have been nerfed. Under pressure finesse shots or time finesse shots are now more likely to be an error type shot. The first time finesses from when you feed the ball from the back and they do an angled turn and hit it perfectly into the far corner, that one's screwed as well. That one's non-existent really. Well, non-existent, but I've seen a few clips on Twitter. And everything which I usually use to attack seems to be the same. Apparently there's a bit of a slowdown on the L1 fake shot. That doesn't seem to be noticed. It's still a very effective skill move, which you guys will see me do throughout the Draft to Glory, which I do thoroughly enjoy using. The La Croqueta, still very effective. The wing cross head, still very effective. And the same for the normal finesse shots, especially not under pressure. The problem is, in Rivals, I'm not usually under pressure, which is surprising considering I'm in Division 1 and players don't like really close me down, they allow me to shoot. Whereas in draft, everyone charges towards me, especially noticeable in today's draft, which you're going to see in the highlights. Now we go 2-0 up in this match. Running the ball out to the wing, you can see a nice ping ball out there. Opponent presses the start button, he's hunting me down. I thought I could have break away from him, then he just decides to drop me. I would have given that as a straight red card, but the referee didn't agree with me. He actually just pulls out the yellow card on Lala, and that was the last clip of the game, guys, because my opponent just decided to disappear out and allow me into the quarterfinals. Our quarterfinal opponent up against Marcelo, Varane, Inform, Van Dijk, Navas, Trippier, Nangolan, Rabiot, Fekir, who else in there? Mertens, Dybala and Zaha. 83 chem, 86 rated team. So could be a few players hidden on his bench. Who was to know? Ball inside to Goetze, through to Adarice. This is before we got the subs on as well, because Adarice was committed, left Gamera on, but Adarice was sent to the bench, and we did bring on our man, Gareth Bale. No, we moved Gareth Bale to the striker position and left when we brought on with that Champions League Sterling to see how he did play out. But Marco Reus, the sharpshooter from the cam position, gets a nice shot off to put us 1-0 up in this game, and then my opponent actually started to get some chances. Ball into Mertens here. I'm not really putting pressure on him. Probably should have put pressure on him. Gets the ball through to Dybala, who sets it up nicely for a shot into the far corner, tying the game up and bringing it back to 1-1. The last thing I really wanted to see in this was my opponent scoring goals, because in the 53rd minute it took us a while to actually break on through, and we get tripped by Rajan Angolan in the back of my my player's heels, and that did give us a free kick. A free shot from the penalty spot. So with that, we step up with Marco Reus, do him with the eyes, stay down the middle, and then move it to the left-hand side. He actually went right, but we saved it. We got it in anyway, going left. So a nice penalty kick for Marco Reus, his second goal of the game. Continuing to push on, ball into Asensio out on the left. Nice pass inside to Goetze, over to Marco Reus, Reus to Casemiro, Casemiro through to Sterling. Sterling inside the area is able to whip it in, and that would have been given as an offside, but his defender curled the ball in with his head, deflects past the keeper, and we actually get the goal stood. So we are able to take a 2-goal advantage through, luckily, his defender putting it in the back of the net rather than myself. But that was going to be short-lived, guys, as Raja with the ball through to Van Dijk, Van Dijk down inside to Bale, Bale to Mertens, Mertens inside to Salah, Salah with a brilliant turn and nice line up for the angle to curl it into the top corner and make it 3-2, bringing the game back. But I didn't want to be going into extra time or anything. I wanted to be getting the win, and thankfully Raheem Sterling with, interestingly, it wasn't a time shot, it was a normal finesse, does beat the keeper with a first time shot, and does make it 4-2, sealing the victory in the quarter-final and now sending us through to the semis. I don't know, I was unsure when I saw that ball going. I was like, Maybe this one was been a repatch. Maybe we just got very lucky. Who knows? Semi-final opponent: Eden Hazard, Mertens, Mahrez, Kovacic. Who else in there? Ramsey, De Bruyne, Delph, Stones, Jagielka, Walker, and Ederson. So a nice Premier League team with Mertens in the striker role, and potentially that could have been his team. Actually, looking at the rating. There could have been a majority of his players already on, but Ramsey through to De Bruyne through to Kovacic with the ball into Eden Hazard to Mertens to Kovacic, and Kovacic with a nicely hit shot puts my opponent 1-0 up in the semi-final. I was like, oh no, not a repeat of how we were looking in the other drafts last week. So with that, we were spent chasing the game, then trying to get a goal back. Guerrero with the shot, which is deflected out from a corner. And I was also looking at Gareth Bale, because Gareth Bale's had his fault. I've used Gareth Bale for quite a lot. He looks nothing like he does now. I was trying to figure out why he looked different, and it's because EA have changed his hairstyle, or actually his star head. So he's got his new updated hair, and his face has changed a little bit as well. So 1-1, he ties it up from a corner as we hit it into the near post. We get another corner. Goetze whips it in full power, and a brilliant header by Godin straight at the keeper. Too much power for him to save it, and we go 2-1 up in this match. Now, we actually did play a semi-final before this, and we were losing 2-1, and then my opponent disconnected, so I was like, oh wow, we'll get a little bit lucky with this. So we were able to replay it, and this was the semi-final in return. Ball over to Asensio, he picks the ball up nicely. Obviously, he's not got the pace of some of the best left wingers in the game. He gets the ball taken off him, but we do pick it back up in the middle. Goetze picks up the ball inside to Bale. Bale with the turn is able to pass it into Royce, and then over to Gamero, who hits a perfectly timed shot into the far corner and making it 3-1, sending us comfortable in this game. But my opponent picks up the ball in the 84th minute, gets one past Mahrez, 2 touches to Sane, and Sane with a first time shot makes it 3-2 and brings the game back. But luckily we were able to hold on for the final 4 minutes and see out the draft victory in the semis. Final, 3 at the back versus 3 at the back, 3-5-2 versus 3-5-2. Individually players: Mandzukic, Eriksen, Ronaldo, Insigne, Vecino, and Zonzi. Florenzi, the Champions League card, was there as well. So I was like, this could be a very, very tough matchup, and pretty much of a cluster mess in the middle of the park as well. And I wasn't wrong, guys. Misplaced passes by me, misplaced passes by him. He does pick up the ball nicely here, gets the ball in with a ping pong into Eriksen, into Ronaldo. Ronaldo's able to cut it back inside and get it through to Suarez. We brought on as a sub for Mandzukic, and does make it 1-0 to my opponent in under 10 minutes. I was like, this is not good. But 10 minutes goes, 15 minutes goes. We pick up the ball in the midfield after a loose pass. Ball into Royce. Royce working the angle. Goes for the shot, saved easily by the goalkeeper. He then rolls the ball out to me. I don't know if it took a deflection. We'll get the ball through to Gamero. Goes for another shot. Bounces over to Royce. Royce slides the ball past the goalkeeper and makes it 1-1, tying the game up in the 25th minute. All we had to do was keep my defence on lockdown, keep my opponent away from the ball, but instead I thought I'd give the ball to him anyway. Ball into Suarez, Suarez over to Eriksen, Eriksen nebs it past the keeper and does make it 2-1 to my opponent in the 28th. So our draw was cut short pretty quickly. Now, moving into the final part of the game, guys, the second half. Opponent goes down for an attack here with Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi is able to cut inside. Nice block off. Perisic picks up the ball. The Champions League version was brought on. Casemiro carries the ball, gets it out to Sterling. Also another Champions League version. 3-on-2, but we're letting him bring the players back. Get the ball over with Bale. Nice chip over to Perisic. Perisic with the cut with the shot, but luckily the keeper saves it and parries it straight into Martial, who was brought on as a sub-striker for Gamero, and we tie the game up in the 66th minute. But this game was a nervous game. My opponent on the attack, me on the attack. None of us wanted extra time. My opponent going for the attack, we still repeatedly wanted to give him the ball. You can see him playing calmly in the 88th. He had the final attack, or so you would think. We get away with the tackle there, and the advantage plays on. He goes for a shot which is blocked nicely by Godin. Godin gets the ball out to Asensio. Asensio gets lucky there. Ball into Bale. Bale to Martial. Martial to Casemiro. Casemiro carries the ball forward. Gets out to the wing to Sterling. Sterling with the cut on the inside. Gets it back to Casemiro. One touch. Chip. Gareth Bale. back post header, wins us the game in the 91st minute and doesn't take us the extra time and wins us our second draft in a row. So we're going to wait till the team of the week is new, 6 o'clock on Wednesday, open the packs and see what packs we get first of all and then what we get. So here we are, guys, new team of the week is out. We have sold 6 things, which are Trigueros, Bauman, Felipe De Rossi, Casillas and Butker. I don't really know why I listed them up. And 83 rated players have just gone up in price as well because of a certain SBC, which EA have gone and released, which is the Champions League SBCs. Now, if we take a look through the club, sorry, I don't know whether I still want to list them up or not, whether they're going for an inflated, like 1.9. I still think they'll go higher, 4.2, 3.9. Yeah, I think they'll go higher than that, especially the 84s. Maybe the main leagues might go up a little bit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna take it, guys. I'm gonna take the 83s. I'm gonna get rid of it, guys, and take the money now. And then maybe we might pack some other stuff further down the line. So let's get rid of the 83s. Leaders, guys. A few of you are main league as well. Like Bauman. Actually, I don't know if Bauman is a main league, but the likes of like Rui Patricio, that's a Premier League 83 rated. So his price. Actually, I'm keeping him. I'll list him up though. Right, that's us done, guys. To get rid of them players, I should list them for Mimbim, but I know people overpay for SBC cards at this point. So we are at 125 wins, 17 losses, and we're not bothered about squad building challenges because we don't do that in the series. What I am bothered about is my draft rewards. So draft rewards are here. That's the draft we won with, guys. 41 entries, 24 wins. Claim our prize. 2-0, 4-2, 3-2, 3-2. And what we get from it is, bang, rare gold pack, premium gold pack. Fantastic. Don't we love getting absolutely atrocious packs? Do we get a board in the first pack? We don't, but we get a French striker, Sevilla, Ben Yedder. Might have been a nice one if he was in form, but unfortunately isn't worth anything. Sorry, that was a player. Contracts we'll get rid of. Squad fitness. Have they gone up in price now? They were like 1-1 or 1-2, I think. So list it for 1-1-2 and try and get rid of them, because I don't know why they've gone up in price, but they have. And the same with that one. They can go discard, and done. Now, if we get a new kit as well, guys, I fancy a new kit. Don't know why, I fancy a kit change. No, nothing in here. Board. It's a board. It's an 83. German 83. Centre mid. Oh, Gundo. 84 rated. And very, very important for a current SBC, which is out for the Europa League. Do we get anything else with him? Oh, two decent ones. Right. These are close to 10k for him, and 2 Premier League, 8.6k. Dude, the money we have just got there. So we're going to list up the contracts 200. They, I've noticed, are not selling for anything. We'll list up the squad fitnesses for 1.2. So that's a fantastic pack, guys. Two, what do you call it in a pack? 2 84s in a pack, which is fantastic. 1.2 there. 1.2 on the next one. So we've definitely made our money back on this draft. Even though the packs aren't the best, we have definitely made our money. We'll let that one fly up. And left wing back to left back, I don't think that's that. We'll just discard that one. And right wing to right forward is a cheap one as well. So we'll list that up as well. So we'll hold on to Carlitos. Discard, 67 coins back. Boosh, we're up to 547,000 coins. And I need to go and check the price of the other players. No highlight, but are we going to get a similar? It's another board. 83. Oh, Mkhitaryan. Oh, we can ask for stuff better, guys, but Mkhitaryan is needed at the moment because of the current SBC which is out for him. Luckily, we're going to get another 84 in there. Oh, we have as well. That is crazy. See, Mkhitaryan's like 8k. Maybe a bit cheaper, so Mkhitaryan will sell. The Vry, we're probably going to get rid of him as well. He's over 5k as well, so he's going. We'll list him up for 300 for that guy. Contracts 200, 200. But altogether, guys, even though we haven't hit a big player, we have hit some nice stuff in terms of rating. I'm going to show you exactly what stuff is going to go for as well, because I think it's 3 players. Discard. I don't want to discard Doonan. He's 240, so we'll list him for 300, and the same for Doonan as well. If you guys don't follow Doonan on Twitter, I'd recommend so as well. Very useful person when it comes to the FIFA community, in terms of like bug fixes and stuff like that. So let's go and take a look. 6 things have sold. What are they? Squad fitnesses, yeah, 1.2. So they may be even going for 1.3 now. And let's go and have a look at, first of all, Mkhitaryan. How much are you? Didn't really check his price, did I? 7.8. So he's come down in price, but I am going to get rid of him. 7.2. He's still a little bit expensive. 6.9. Right, 6.7, 6.8. So we'll list Mkhitaryan up for 6.8. He's the first one who's going, if I can find him. So 6.8 for you. And then, who else have we got? We've got Mkhitaryan and De Vrij, Socrates and Gundogan. Fantastic. Literally, so De Vrij next, because I think he's the cheapest of the lot. De Vrij he was going over 5. So the prices seem to have gone up a little bit. Let's check 5.7, none. 5.8, none. 6. Right. 6k for De Vrij. I don't really want to snipe players either, because I'm not very good at it and I'll probably miss out. So 6k for you. And then that's him going to be gone as well. And Gundogan and Socrates. It's been a really good episode. I'm really happy with this. So Socrates. How much are you? Extinct. He was like 9 money. 9k. Yeah, he is literally a 9k player. But I'm listing for 8.9 just so he goes. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose out on on the selling window. So 8. What was it? I forgot what it was now. 8.9 money I was listing him up for Socrates. And then we've got Gundo, and then the money's so one of them sold. I don't know which one it was. Probably De Vrij. So we've got Gundogan, 9k, 8.9. So he's a bit cheaper than Socrates, but still huge amounts of money. 8.5, 8.2. Nah, he's a bit cheaper. 8.3. So he's about 8.3k for him. There's actually one for a k lesser. So 8.3 for Gundogan. De Vrij sold for 6k and 8.3 for my man Gundo. There we are, guys. What an episode. Not a huge player packed, but still some big money made. And you guys will probably see how much we made in the next episode. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and up. Till next time. Bye bye.